Welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Erin Roan. The flood crisis in Sydney is escalating with more than 60 evacuation orders issued across the west, northwest and southwest. All eyes are on the Hawkesbury and Nepean rivers with major flood warnings in place. The SES's Daniel Osborne urging us to stay off the roads with more than a dozen flood rescues overnight alone.
Most of those are people stuck in cars in floodwater. So, people really need to be taking this very seriously. Floodwaters are extremely dangerous. And obviously we implore people not to be entering floodwater for any reason whatsoever.
The PM has met with the Ukrainian President in Kyiv, pledging another $100 million in aid. Anthony Albanese has also visited the devastated towns of Bucha and Irpin.
And the fact that you had such a significant force, you can see the use of tanks, missiles, heavy artillery being used in a civilian area. It's just devastating.
Several people have been killed in a shooting spree in a shopping centre in Denmark's capital, Copenhagen. A 22-year-old has been arrested. Officials say it is a possible act of terror. Mortgage holders are being told to prepare for a fourth consecutive rate rise tomorrow when the RBA meets. Economists are tipping the rate hikes will continue until next year to get inflation under control. And the World Health Organisation has found one dose of the HPV vaccine is enough to protect against cervical cancer. Currently, most Aussies receive 2 doses. To sport is brought to you by Ladbrokes Mates Mo, the better way to chat, share and bet together. T's and C's apply. And remember, gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-858-858. In tennis, it's going to be a big night at Wimbledon with 4 Aussies in action in the round of 16. Alex de Minaur is first on court against Christian Garin of Chile, who's ranked 56th in the world. Then it's Isla Tomljanovic, Nick Kyrgios and qualifier Jason Kubler. To the AFL, the Tigers will be sweating on the fitness of Dustin Martin ahead of the round 17 clash with the Suns. He came off the ground during the third quarter of yesterday's win over the Eagles. In the other games yesterday, wins to the Giants over the Hawks and the Dockers over Port. And in the NRL, the Dragons are celebrating after beating the Raiders 12 points to 10 to wrap up the round. The Warriors beat the West's Tigers by 20 in the other match. And for even more sports news, make sure you check out the Sports Update. You'll find it wherever you're listening to this show. In entertainment news, and Amber Heard wants a do-over after losing Johnny Depp's defamation trial against her. Her lawyers have filed new documents asking the judge to set aside the verdict, dismiss his complaint or order a new trial completely. They claim there was a fake juror and shoddy evidence. And great news for the aspiring stars among us with Australian Idol to make a return. The reboot will air next year on Channel 7. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcasts team. We'll see you later on for another episode of The Update.